Right, Cricbuzz Chatter, end of day 3 of this test match. Murali Kartik is alongside me as usual. As it turns out, end of the test match itself. I mean, you want Bangladesh to put up a fight, you want them to look good, but I greatly fear they were not in the same league.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think sometimes when you're not in the same league and when you've got the option of winning the toss, if you can't make right decisions with your team, if you can't make right decisions with what you want to do, then you're always behind the 8 ball. And the fact that they gave a track which possibly had the best time where they could have operated upon with the limited resources which they had and put India on the mat, I don't think they did that. And after that, it was just playing catch up because the wicket after that first, possibly by T, it was much better. Second day, third day, I don't think there was anything in the pitch. Yes, the bowlers are of high value, high quality. They're obviously going to perform well. But the thing is that the best chance Bangladesh had, they squandered away.
You know, it's interesting that the dividing line between being brave and being foolhardy, you might think they occupy different ends of the spectrum, but it's actually that close.
Yep.
And over the years, we've all been told, win the toss and bat first. If you're uncertain, think about it and bat first. So I suspect Momin Ul wasn't very sure what to do. So he said, okay, let me bat first. But you're absolutely right. He sort of ended up playing into India's hands. And now here's someone.
Could have leveled the playing field.
To some extent, I guess. Yeah.
India would still have been possibly gotten away, but the best chance they had was by putting them in, possibly picking a better seamer or an extra seamer. They didn't do anything.
I mean, we were in India, but this was not an Indian surface, right? I mean, when Ishant and Shami were banging it in, third day, late afternoon, Saha's collecting here.
Yeah, and again, that again showed a big gulf between the quality of the bowling attacks as well.
Yeah.
Even those deliveries, and we have the gift of the fact that we get to see the speeds every ball. Sometimes even the 134, 135 are still thudding into Rhythm Saha. And that tells you that the way they release the ball, what they are trying to do, they're at the top of their game, all the bowlers. And it was just a different spectacle. And just the way they operated today, it seemed as if they know that a wicket is coming. There's no overt celebration. There's no pumping of the fist. They're just, all of them, you look at every bowler. They just get a wicket. They're just going and hugging each other as if it is coming. There's no surprise there.
The camaraderie is brilliant because I got a chance to talk to the three of them after play today. And after all, I just gave them the mic because they were, I mean, I was irrelevant. They were just chatting with each other. But I'll tell you something else happened on day 3 that I have never in all these years seen before. Second innings track. In India, second innings track, Ashwin often takes a new ball or often took the new ball. Entire first session without a spinner.
Without a spinner.
I did not think I would see a day where in the second innings of a test match, the entire first session will be fast bowlers. Now, is it the captain's influence, you think? Is it just a whole breed of bowlers coming together? All of them at the peak of their powers?
Lucky that we've got a set of bowlers, Harsha, that we've got them at the same time. Because again, just this before this tour, we had Sean Pollock talking about. I was talking to him, and he says, Kartik, India's problem was that they always had one good seamer. And then possibly second good seamer as well, but no support bowler.
So Srinath Venkatesh Prasad, you play out 10-12 overs and that's it till Srinath's shoulder dropped.
Also, look, you can't take away the fact that all the other bowlers who played for India were bad bowlers. It's just they were very good bowlers who had done well, but it's just that nobody was persisted with. So you don't know whether they were or they weren't. For us right now, you just look at, and we said this on end of day 1 as well, Bumrah to come into this team. Bhuvaneshwar, can you imagine? They've got no reserve seamer in this team. These 3 seamers and a few batsmen and a wicket keeper, Bumrah and Bhuvanesh. You add Siraj and Navdeep Saini to the mix as well because I personally feel that they're very good red ball bowlers rather than white ball bowlers at the moment. They will develop hopefully, but just add them to the mix and it's tough to break in because somebody like an Umesh Yadav was getting left out. If Bumrah comes, it's a problem. Who do you leave out? You feel sad to leave out Ravindra Jadeja and Ashwin because they can bat as well. The other seamers, and you're absolutely right.
Dare I say it? Can we imagine a situation where you play 4 quicks and play only 1 spinner?
I don't think so. That's fine.
Good.
I don't think so. That should happen. And
it might, you get a green top in New Zealand.
Yeah. Over there, possibly yes. And today, as you rightly said, the way those guys were relaying information. It felt so good. They're very secure. They know that I don't have to be worried about my spot. And again, going back to West Indies, I had the opportunity to interview Ishan Sharma when he had bowled really well. And he says, I keep telling Bumrah, listen, boss, we are all V6 engines, you are a V12 engine. By the time we give the ball and get it back, we have no wickets left. So that's the kind of banter and friendship which these guys have.
Yeah, they're all very comfortable. They said that about the 4 West Indies quicks as well. They're always helping each other. So, yeah, three days, India not getting challenged. India's home record now is comparable to Australia's home record in 2000. Now, there's 2 ways of looking at it. One, of course, is that this Indian team is that good, but you always look at teams in the context that they are in, and this is not a great time for Test match cricket. I'm afraid if the mighty South Africa couldn't compete in India, Bangladesh are not competing, but you can't take it away. You play the competition that you have.
Exactly. That is something which you need to look at in that perspective, but you're absolutely right. India are very strong, very, very strong. Just lucky that we have that kind of a team. So many good batsmen were not able to break in. So many good bowlers were out there, especially in the seam department, were not able to break in. And just the way they're going about it, there's an air of invincibility about the way these guys carry on. Good to see Mayank Agarwal. For me, the big takeaway was the hunger which he displayed. Sometimes with young players, you've had a great start, 200s. Do they take the foot off the pedal? Thankfully, what I've seen in him from before and what I've known of Mayank Agarwal, I was so happy to see.
He's got that cute smile.
Yeah,
he's got such a cute smile. He's like a kid who's for long been told stand outside the chocolate shop, and suddenly he's told, you know what, go in and take what you want, and he's got that big look. It's wonderful to watch. Okay, in the hot spot. Murali Kartik's hot. So in the hot spot. 5 test centres. We've just seen a fabulous surface here in Indore. The crowd was pretty good. They stayed back for the presentation. Virat's talked about the 5 test centres, but Indore's made a case, you think, for a permanent slot?
Look, it's a tough one. I still am trying to figure out how venues are decided. I've always been trying to figure out. As you rightly said, brilliant surface. You want people to come and attend. They are very happy. They're very enthusiastic about India coming and playing over here. Even the IPL games were well attended. Yes, it's a slightly smaller venue.
That's the only thing.
But it's fine for a test match. Yeah. It's still fine for a test match because you don't expect, as long as the surface is, as long as the surface provides for an even contest, I think the dimensions are immaterial. Yes, if it's T20 and one-day cricket, the black soil, it tends to go a lot, then you feel for the bowlers. But I think as a test match centre, it's fine.
Yeah, well played, Indore. The last time you gave a black soil surface, Ashwin took 13, but you've also got a red soil surface that shows how much you care for test match cricket. So, well done, Indore. I don't see Bangladesh competing in Kolkata, do you?
No. Especially if India win the toss and they've already tasted blood, they know exactly what needs to be done. And again, all the talk that you need to leave grass so that the color of the ball is maintained, if that's going to happen. We saw what happened against Sri Lanka. Suranga Lakmal, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Mohammed Shami were unplayable. All of them were unplayable. That's going to be the case with that red ball, under lights. India win the toss. I think Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja might just be standing.
That sounded like a gluten-free man chewing having a chili, but there you are. Just 3 days with all that Bangladesh managed.